Today on CityCast Austin, there are tons of great lists for Austin's best restaurants, bars, and activities. But we decided it's time y'all know about the best spots in town under the radar. So I'm here with Hey Austin newsletter editor Kelsey Bradshaw and executive producer Eva Ruth Moravec to share our favorite local hidden gems. It's Wednesday, February 19th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hey, Kelsey. Hey, Eva Ruth.
Hello.
Hi, Nikki.
So now listen. I don't know who I'm telling to listen, but recently, Austin area restaurants were recognized by the Fancy Pants Michelin Guide for the first time ever. Everybody's talking about it. And the James Beard Awards named several local chefs as finalists for Texas Awards. But this town is full of delicious restaurants tucked in strip centers and trailers and food truck parks and bar parking lots all over town. And in many ways, Austin has become a reservations-only kind of city. So where are y'all's favorite places to go for a bite? And I guess you can need reservations if you have to, but I prefer no reservations. You pop up. Now, I want to do a caveat here, respectfully and lovingly. If you're hearing this and you think, that's not a hidden gem, I go there all the time. What I invite you to do is think about the thousands and thousands of other people that might not go there all the time.
Yeah, just because you know about it doesn't mean
everyone knows
hidden
about it.
To everyone
also,
else.
the definition of hidden gem, it can
It's
mean
vast.
many things.
It's true.
It can
It's
be
true.
a place that people know about, but not everyone, that doesn't get the credit it deserves or it's due,
It doesn't get talked about enough. Yeah.
It can
So,
mean
under the radar.
different things.
Yes.
these are our picks. Okay, we're going to start with restaurants. I want to hear all of your favorite hidden gem restaurants. Who wants to go first?
I will go first.
Yay!
Okay, so this is truly my favorite place I literally say that about every place, but it's one of my favorite places in Austin. And it's kind of a hidden gem to my own brain because sometimes I forget about it and I'm like, oh my God, I should go there for lunch today. And I get to be delighted all over again. It's Other Side Deli. It's off of 34th and Lamar. So it's right by Seton Hospital right there. And it is my favorite place to go to lunch here. I always get the Rachel sandwich, which is a turkey sandwich, which I know is boring, but it has coleslaw on it. And then they do Russian dressing and Swiss cheese. And then I always add a bunch of mustard to it. But they also have, they have a corned beef sandwich there. They have a Reuben. They have cheesesteaks. They have a meatball sub. It's just the best. And I always get a root beer and chips on the side. And I think the whole thing is $12. And it's just the best. It's my favorite place. It's the best place for lunch.
Yum. Love a good Sammy place.
Yeah, sandwiches are my favorite thing in the world. And so, I've never been there.
I haven't either.
Wonderful.
I can't wait.
What about y'all?
Okay. I'll go next. So one of my favorite places in town is this restaurant called the Mediterranean Chef. You may know them because they make grandma's hummus, which is sold in a lot of grocery stores, and it's really lemony.
Are you serious?
I
love
literally
that
don't
hummus.
even know about this hummus.
I love this hummus.
It is so good. It's perfect hummus, and it's fresh, and you can find it and it's local. So they have this restaurant, actually. It's on the north side, and it's on Aurora Drive. And they used to have a really small dining area, and they had this huge kitchen. And that's where they're making all of the hummus for all the grocery stores they send it to. They make baba ganoush, also eggplant salad. And I think they also make dolmas, the grape leaves. And so they make all of this stuff in this very open kitchen. They used to have these tables, and you could order lunch and sit there while they're making everything that smells so good. Since COVID, they closed the dining room, but they're still doing takeout. And they even have a couple of picnic tables outside. And It is such good food. It like the lamb, they make like a gyro meat that's like crispy, and you can get it with this salad. It's what I always get, this Greek salad with medium spicy meat, and it's enormous and it's so good. They're really sweet too. They bring out now, or they have since everything's closed, they'll bring out like a grandma's hummus for diners a lot of the time. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking out the Mediterranean Chef. And then really quickly, a couple of others. Julio's Cafe on Duval in Hyde Park is really great Mexican food. It's old. It's like 40 years old that it's been there. So established at this point in Austin. Really affordable. There's a good, like, they make rotisserie chicken that you can get with all sides and whatever, good stuff. And then my other third pick is Quality Seafood Market, which is just a staple, but they have amazing happy hours every day until 6 p.m., great specials. Thursdays are tacos and tall boys. They have like all day oysters on the half shell specials, fresh shrimp. They also have like food. You can buy seafood also at the fresh market, but it's a great restaurant too, and very like just low key.
It
good
has the
food.
best vibes, Quality Seafood.
Yeah.
And it's been there for a really long time.
Yeah.
I love Quality Seafood. It's
Yeah.
like an
Yeah.
Austin institution.
Yeah.
I
So
love
my hidden
it.
gems, you may know about them, but they definitely don't get the recognition that they deserve. So worth a visit if you haven't been there lately. What about you, Nikki?
Okay, so the first restaurant that I want to mention is, and it's, I literally just went there. It's a place that's called Teddy's. Now, not Teddy's the bar, but Teddy's the restaurant. It's in Jefferson Square Shopping Center off of 38th near the original Kirby. And y'all, it's literally tucked. So like you go down Kirby and you pass where Kirby Lane is, and it's like tucked back behind this patio. And it is so cute. It's so cute. Like the menu, I will say, is kind of not all over the place, but it's like this interesting, like Mexican inspired, but not Tex-Mex restaurant. And their whole little vibe is cute. But I don't know, for those of you that are drinkers, I had the best Carajillo I've ever had in my entire life at that restaurant.
Ooh.
Delicious. And for those of you that don't know what a Carajillo, it's like whiskey, coffee, cold brew, cinnamon cream drink, and theirs is frozen. It is, y'all, I'm
Oh
telling
my God,
you.
I love when it has coffee and it's frozen and there's
so good.
cream.
It's
Yes.
so good. It's like a boozy coffee. It is delicious. I didn't even eat my dinner because I was like, no, I'm good with this. This coffee is delicious.
Nikki went
I was
home drunk.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm eating
yeah.
this for dinner.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was
No,
delicious.
I had a tortilla soup there and it was really, really good.
Ooh, nice.
And then my other one is Silver Medal.
Ooh, I
And it-
can't wait to talk about this.
Oh my God. Y'all, I love Silver Medal. So my friend Sarah Henry told me about Silver Medal. It is literally off of the side of the highway. So like off of the side of Highway 290, like just west of where 290 and 183 cross. It looks like a house. So it doesn't, like literally it just looks like somebody's house with a little yard.
And like a motel is backed up
and a
to
motel
it.
is backed up to it. But it is a restaurant, and it's a tiny, divey little restaurant with some of the best bar food in the city. Period.
Are we going to talk about the burgers?
Yes, go. Yes, let's get into it. Yes. It reminds me of my mama's burgers. Like my
It's
mama's,
so
it sounds so
good.
cliche, but it reminds me of burgers that my mama used to fry on her stove when I was a kid. Like,
Well, okay, when I went there, maybe a year ago now, and when I was there, so they don't start serving food until later in the afternoon. And when we were sitting there waiting for 4:00, the manager, whoever, was like, we're out of meat. Like, I got to go run to HEB. And he just ran to HEB and got a big thing of ground beef from HEB. It's just HEB.
yeah.
HEB
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah,
Y'all.
That's amazing.
And it's so good. The burgers are so
It's so
good. And they're cheap. I don't remember how much they are, but they're not expensive.
Oh, it's so cheap.
yeah.
My favorite thing about Silver Medal Restaurant is that the bar is just It's just like easy peasy. It's a simple, you get what you get. You see whatever is here, that's what we got. That's it. No bells and whistles. It's like it is like completely one of those places that you just like saddle up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To the bar.
Absolutely.
Speaking of bars, there are something like 800 bars in Austin. And, not all of them participate in the high profile events like Christmas pop-ups or South by. And we want to spend a little time talking about our favorite bars that are hidden gems or that don't typically attract a ton of tourists and visitors. You know what I mean? Like whether it's your neighborhood bar or whatever, like, yeah. What about you, Eva Ruth?
Well, I don't want to hear about this.
I love the disclaimer. Like, I'm not trying to hear what you got to say.
Because Deep Eddy Cabaret feels like a hidden gem. That's it. It
I was going to
doesn't
say
have
say
to
more,
be-
and then you said that's it.
That's it.
Full
I will
stop.
not
That's
say
a
more.
full stop. I will not be taking any more questions at this time.
Period. No, it just feels, when you say no frills, saddle up to the bar, you get what they have. That is Deep Eddy Cabaret with so much charm. And it feels like a neighborhood, like you want a neighborhood bar to feel. It just really does. It has this like comfort, character, like it's no frills, but it's also friendly, It's very wooden inside. It's on Lake Austin Boulevard, really close to Deep Eddy Pool, hence the name. And it actually has a historic landmark. It's been there for so long. Since 1951, they have cold beer, they've got a jukebox, they have a pool table and a few other games, a little outside area if you've never been. It's just I love meeting people there. It's the kind of place you can go by yourself and not feel like a total weirdo. If you just like need to unravel after a long day or something before you commute home. It's real close to downtown. So yeah, Deep Eddy Cabaret, even though it might be on some lists, I think it should be on our hidden gems anyway.
Well, and it's also a place that's like my perfect summer day is like swimming at Deep Eddy, then walking up the little parking lot hill to Pool Burger, getting a burger with those crinkle cut fries, and then walking up the little hill to Deep Eddy and like finishing off the day with a drink with my friends. And it's just like the perfect Austin itinerary. So
it's great.
I agree.
So I have never been. And
with the name Cabaret?
I know. It's so funny. I have been invited to Deep Eddy several times. And the 2 times that I tried to actually go, it was so packed. I was like, I can't do this. So it's on my 2025 list. I have a 2025 list of places that I want to go that I haven't been to as a native Austinite and I feel bad about. And Deep Eddy Cabaret is on that plate. Hey y'all, it's Nikki. I have to tell you about Tecovas boots. I finally have a pair, and I don't know if y'all know this, but they're handmade, high quality, and stylish. And they're comfortable right outside of the box. Now, I know we buy everything online these days, but trust me, you have to get fitted for some boots at Tecovas. Now, whether you're like me, a newbie to boots, or you have a closet full of them, the folks at Tecovas will help you find your next favorite pair. So, grab a friend, head on over to the Tecovas flagship on South Congress or their store at the Domain. Plus, good news, they just opened a store in Georgetown at 709 Main Street for those of you that live just a little further north. With 3 locations in town, you have no excuses. So, that's tecovas.com. TECOVAS.com. Don't go gently, y'all.
What sort of promises have you made to yourself this year? Maybe get in better shape or eat healthier, save more money, travel somewhere new. What about discovering a new culture by learning a new language? With Babbel, you can do that in just a few weeks. I'm CityCast CEO David Plotz, and I'm having such a good time learning Spanish on Babbel this year. I'm taking a trip to Mexico City in the spring, and Babbel is giving me the Spanish foundation that's going to make my trip so much better. Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons, handcrafted by more than 200 language experts, get you to begin speaking your new language in 3 weeks or at whatever pace you choose. And because conversing is the key to really understanding each other in a new language, Babbel is designed using practical, real-world conversations. And one way they do that is with their own podcasts. I'm a podcast listener. I'm guessing since you're listening to this podcast, you are too. And I have been getting ready for my Mexico City trip by listening to Babbel's conversational podcasts. There's a short conversation you listen to, then an instructor talks you through what happened, and then you listen again, and then you catch everything when you listen that second time. There's also a great read-along transcript, too, which I love. The one I did today was with Maria and Carmela trying to make dinner plans, but Carmela is so busy. She's way too busy with work and yoga, but finally they agreed on brunch on Saturday. Studies from Yale, Michigan State, and other universities continue to prove that Babbel works. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. So let's get more of you talking in a new language. Babbel is gifting CityCast listeners 60% off subscriptions at babbel.com/CityCast. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/CityCast. Spelled BABBEL.com/CityCast. Babbel.com/CityCast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Okay, so that was my pick. What about you guys?
So everybody knows about the Continental Club, but above the Continental Club, there's the Continental Club Gallery. And the Continental Club Gallery is literally, they have the same amount of programming as the Continental Club, but smaller, like more compact, and for in some shocking way, it feels bigger. It's and I know it's not, but it's like the gallery sometimes to me has some better programming than Continental Club.
And
Like,
they squeeze people in there.
and they squeeze people in there, but there are couches along the side.
Yes.
I always try to get the little nook by the bar so I'm away from people. But some of the best music in the city is weekly. Every single week you can go and hear some of the best music in the city at the Continental Club Gallery. And it's cute and it's like intimate, and I really love it.
It's very fun.
It's fun. I love it. And the other one for me, another one is Stargazer Bar. Me and Nicole just stumbled on Stargazer Bar. It's like they serve coffee, and then it's a bar, and they also have like, you know, mocktails and THC beverages. And it's super, super cute on the inside. It's small but cute. They got like a lounging couch area and then tables. And then they have a cute patio. And it's like literally tucked back behind ABP, Austin Bouldering Project, on Springdale, in that corner where Springdale Station is and Austin Eastsiders used to be, tucked back in that corner. It's called Stargazer Bar.
Oh.
Yeah, it is very cute. And they have snacks and you can sit out on the patio and it's beautiful. I love it. It's real
I
cute.
love that.
Yeah, it's
That
very
sounds great.
It is
I didn't know
very
it was
cute.
over there by Austin Bouldering Project. I was
Yeah,
just
it's
over
like
there.
tucked right in that back corner, and it's a great place for like a daytime Saturday cocktail leaning into the evening. So I love that place. And then my last one, I'm kind of like Eva Ruth. I don't hear no smack about this one because I know there are plenty of people that know about it. But one of my favorite places in the city that I feel like when I go, I only see regulars.
Yeah.
I'm not even a regular, but like when I go there, with the times that I go, it's the same clientele as the Wheel.
So
And
good.
the Wheel, oh, y'all, the Wheel is so, like, their cocktails are so good. They're so, so good. Their staff is incredible. It's right off of MLK and Chacon, it like tucked back behind the Juice Land and the Austin Daily Press. It's next to the Monarch liquor store that used to be a washateria. That was a washateria that my parents met at. But that's a total side note. It is so cute. It's got a great
Stop
patio.
saying really cool stuff and then moving on.
Really niche Austin memories.
I know we have to talk about other stuff, but my God.
That is very cute.
That corner is like, it's like, that's my neighborhood. That's where my grandparents' house is. And like,
Yeah.
so anytime I go there, I feel so like, oh, look at this great
Grounded.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
love that.
cute. It's called the Wheel.
So it's also a great place because of its location. It's a great place to go before stuff at the Moody Center.
Mm-hmm.
to pregame. We were there for Lizzo. It was so fun.
I love it. I love that place. Love it. Okay, what about you, Kelsey?
Okay, so the first one I have, I think people know about it. I think it's a gem because it's weird. Like, I think it's a very Austin place. I don't know that it's the greatest bar ever. In fact, I think it's like, maybe too weird. But it's Carousel Lounge. It's off like 51st Street up there. And another place that if you didn't know it was there, you'd miss it. It has like a vague circus theme. And like, it looks like it's in a building. Like the building looks like a place that's no longer open, if that makes sense. Like you pull up and you're like, oh, did this close? Like that's the vibe. Like there aren't any windows, and that's the vibe. And they only serve wine and beer in mixers. It's a bring your own liquor situation. And and they have popcorn, and it's just cool and weird. And like anytime I go there, I'm like, this was the weirdest night of my life. Like I have never had a normal experience at Carousel Lounge. Even if I'm just sitting there with my friends, I'm like, well, that was really weird. And I go home.
Love Carousel.
Well, and they do live music like all week long, I want to say. And it's just like a cool little place. And one of the times we went there, no one was in there but us and the bartender. And she like came and hung out with us, and it was great. So I like Carousel Lounge.
I love Carousel Lounge. I have some of my best memories of like in old cover bands I was in playing at Carousel Lounge. It's a weird place. There's paintings and murals all over the wall.
Yeah.
So I struggle every time I go,
There's
but I love it. There's carpet. But I love it.
Yeah, it's cool and weird, and it just it feels very Austin. The other two places I think are going to be my disclaimer of like, I know these aren't hidden. I'm aware. One of my favorite places to go, especially before I go see a show at Bass Concert Hall, is Posse East. And it's a dive bar basically on the UT campus. It's off Duval. Their burger is so freaking good. And
so good.
I love stopping in, getting a burger, getting a beer, and then walking over to the Bass to go see whatever show I'm seeing. And it just feels like a very fun, I don't know, even though it's like on campus, I never feel like I'm surrounded by students or anything like that. So I think it's just nice.
Like their food advertising online is amazing.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger. It's a big burger, y'all. For $7.25. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I have an affinity for regular ass side salads where it's just like butter lettuce, shredded cheese, tomatoes, some croutons, and some like homemade ranch. And they have one of the best side salads. It comes in a little styrofoam like bowl. Y'all, it's so good. And they got the good fine shredded cheese. I'm just saying, they got some good food. I like Posse East. And it kind of looks
good.
Like an Irish pub inside. It's inside is really
well, and it's
interesting
also very like collegiate inside. Like there's a big like library inside, basically, a bunch of books. The other one that I have is Rosie's Wine Bar, which is in Clarksville. It's right across the street from Clark's. It's right behind Howard's Bar. And Rosie's is a place. So it's like they have some seating inside, but like the majority of the seating is outside, and it just feels so cute. And like and it feels like I'm in Europe or I'm in New York City or something, because like you're not on the street, but like, you're out on a patio that's so close to the street and everything is just open. And like I love going there. It feels like I'm not in Austin and I didn't have to find parking to get there kind of place. Like it just feels like you're not here. I don't know how to explain it. It's just really cute.
I've never been there either. I might have to add this to my list.
Lovely. And they have like little snacks. Yeah. And their snacks are good. I always go and get a glass of Lambrusco, and it's a good time. But no, it just feels, I feel cool when I go there. So I highly recommend. But it's off West 6th.
That's awesome. I love those places on West 6th that are like the lawns are just all like shaded and it feels very luxurious. And
yes, that's the word. It feels like you want to be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cute. Yeah,
that's really cute.
I'm gonna have to add that to to my list.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's the thing. I do not have a segue for the next section, so we're just going to get into it.
Fine.
Very good. Very good.
For our last Hidden Gem category, we're going to share some of our favorite activities in town that you might not know about, that aren't just like, oh my God, everybody's going to be there all the time. I guess I'll go first since I made y'all go first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
you
turn.
go first.
I'm going to go first. So my first one, there's a place called Shooter's Billiards and Sports Bar on 620. Now, it's very far north, almost to Lakeline, but not in Lakeline. Y'all, this place is tucked in the back. It's tucked in a strip center. You would never know it's there. You pull in, and it's literally in the back corner of a strip center, and it's awesome. It's an old school Austin sports bar. So first of all, it's got this huge patio right in the front. When we were there the last time, we watched this incredible band, Led Zeppelin cover band. So, I was in heaven, and I just was singing at the top of my lungs. So in the first part, it's like live music and bar tops so you can eat food. They have food too. But then in the back, rows and rows of pool tables. And then behind the pool tables, there are all these games like pinball, the basketball shoot game, the skee ball game. Yeah, so it's like games, pool, music, food, bar, whole thing. And it
looks cool.
It's cool. And some of their music lineup is pretty freaking great. Like Peterson Brothers, the Led Zeppelin band that I went to see. It's cool. It's a hidden gem. I was like, this place is real big and ain't nobody in here. I was just like, it's so big that there was just like, I'm like, is this place ever crowded? Like what? And you can tell it's like, there are people that are regulars, but that's my first pick. I'm telling y'all, activities. You can play pool, and I want to say it's the quarter system. So all you got to do is give them your ID to get pool, and then it's just like old school quarter pool. And there's like 7 tables or something like that. So if you like pool, that's
cool.
my first. It's
and
really
if you're
cool,
out
y'all.
there. Yeah.
And if you're out there, my second one is for activities, Richie's Art Gallery. So Richie's Art Gallery has activities all the time. They have custom kicks class where you paint you paint tennis shoes. They have crochet workshops. They have rug making workshops. They have creative composition classes. They have watercolors for erotic paintings. They have street expression graffiti experience. They have live figure drawings. They have an art club. They have so many activities that you can do, and it is very affordable.
I love that.
So those are my activities.
My 2 are art related. So the first one is Landmarks. And I feel like Landmarks doesn't get talked about enough or at all. And Landmarks, the collection, it's just what it is it's all of the art that's out at UT. Like it's not like a museum in one specific place. Like, that big red statue thing on as you're driving through campus, like you can see it from the road. That's part of Landmarks. Or
it's
like
all
the
James, public art or
it's all the public art.
Structural.
Yeah. All the stuff that's in front of the buildings, inside buildings, that's Landmarks. And there's a James Turrell at UT that you can go see. That's Landmarks. And all of it is free. You can just walk onto, there's not a gate. You can walk onto the UT campus and go check out all of the art. And there's a ton of it. There's sculptures and stuff all throughout campus. All of it's free, including the James Turrell. You just have to make a reservation for the James Turrell piece. But it's really, really cool. And I just feel like there's all this really awesome art just hanging out at UT that we don't talk about.
I went to UT and I did not know this.
Right.
This is crazy.
It's really cool. There's
grown.
A ton of stuff to go see.
Yeah.
And then the other one I have is at the Blanton. And I'm always finding stuff to do at the Blanton just because I think it's just the most known art museum in the city. But they do this cool thing called Bee Scene. And it's 3 times a year. And the next one is actually coming up. It's on February 28th. And it's you do stuff at night. It's a night at the museum kind of thing. And there's live music and food and drinks and all kinds of stuff like that. And the one that's coming up on the 28th, it's going to be a celebration of their new exhibit called In Creative Harmony, 3 artistic partnerships. And it's like costumes are encouraged. There's going to be hip hop. There's going to be an artist talk. There's going to be a drawing activity, karaoke, a photo booth, food and drink. And then like the galleries in the store and the museum store are open until 10 p.m. And like there's something about being in a museum after dark that I'm like so into. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in. If you're not a member at the Blanton, it's $30. And if you are a member, I think it's only like 20. But I just think it's like a cool, fun thing. And if you can catch it,
That is
you
fun.
should. So yeah,
Very cool.
that's all I have.
Excellent recommendations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
those
going
are
to do
great.
mine real quickly. I have other ideas, but I'm just going to keep this short. So my recommendation for hidden gems is we have a very vibrant movie scene here, and we've talked about this some. Aside from like the big theaters, the Alamo Drafthouse, and kind of mainstream theaters, the mainstream theaters that we have a few really cool places to check out movies. You can both buy them and also like go to screenings at these places. Some of them, at least, at We Love Video, you can buy and attend a screening. And then there's also AFS Cinema, the Austin Film Society Cinema, that has screenings very frequently. So yeah, I would just say look at those 3 different locations for somewhere else, like some interesting films to see. I mean, there's also the Paramount that does screenings, but just some more off the beaten path ones. And then additionally, while you're at UT checking out all the cool art that Kelsey mentioned, maybe you're tired at the end of your long day looking at those landmarks, you could go to the Texas Union Theater, which has a movie theater in it as well. So it's at the Texas Union on campus at the Student Union. You don't have to be a student to attend, but students do get discounted tickets. So yeah, just a few cool places to check out a flick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and We Love Video is always doing like weird to me, someone who's very vanilla. Like, they're always doing like weird, cool movies that like I've never heard of in my life.
Yeah.
And they'll do stuff that like matches with the time of year. I don't remember what they just did for Lunar New Year, but they did something. They did like a movie related or something. It was cool.
Y'all, this has been awesome. There's so much to do in this city.
So much.
It really is. When you really start talking about it, there's so much to do.
Yeah.
So, I like that we had this conversation because I think sometimes it's hard to go to places because you can be intimidated by the long waits or reservation only, or it's like too expensive. But I feel like we've offered some good alternatives today. So let us know what y'all get into, or if we've missed anything. I really want to hear other people's hidden gems. If you're like, you guys don't know anything, there's a real hidden gem. I want to know it. We want to know it. So share it with us.
Definitely.
Thank y'all so much for bringing your hidden gems today. You guys are awesome. Bye, Kelsey. Bye, Eva Ruth.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. We'll have links to the hidden gems that we mentioned in our show notes. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.